All right. Hey guys. Welcome back to another Mods Weekly Rundown. Yeah. Why is it not showing my stream? Refresh. There we go. Okay. Good deal. So, we've been gone for a couple weeks. Whoops, knocked over my water bottle. So we'll go over 2 weeks of mod updates here, the last 2 weeks. And before I get into that, was there any points of news I wanted to bring up in particular? Not really. I think we're gonna cover everything with the mod updates. We did have our co-op stream this week, so that was a lot of fun. First week back after like a month of being away. I think it was like 4 weeks or something that we didn't play. Um, holidays and all that, and whatever. I was sick again, but I pushed through it. It was a minor head cold, so pushed through it, and we played anyways on Thursday. That was a lot of fun. Really looking forward to playing again this next week. We didn't have the spoiler alert, new Von Biomes, update version 25. We didn't have that for Thursday, even though the update was out in time. I didn't see it in time to download it before the co-op stream. So we will have that update for this next get together. Should be this week on Thursday is the plan. So definitely check that out if you want to see. Hopefully we'll see some of the new stuff from the update there. The lighting quality and all that kind of stuff had more of an overhaul. And then we got a new biome and some other features there. So we'll go over that in just a minute. What else? Let me think. I think that's about it. I forgot to set the bit rate back to what it was after that stream. So we were having some connection issues as well on Thursday, and or connection with the stream, not with the game. But we were having some connection issues with the stream. It was buffering a lot. Let me move the chat over here so I can see it. Hey, Wolfheim. But anyway, so I turned my stream bit rate down. I forgot to turn that back up. I didn't turn it down by much, and so with this stream, you guys probably won't notice a difference at all, actually. But anyways, so let's get into it. We'll go over everything that's new over the last couple weeks, things you may want to know about, and then yeah, we'll wrap it up. Probably won't be super long today because I don't have that much extra to talk about unless we got some questions or whatever from the audience. So first one, obviously Coyote's mission pack. We did have this updated for our Thursday co-op stream. This added quite a bit of stuff here. So I'll run through this real quick, just kind of pull out the things that stood out to me. But yeah, definitely an update you want to pick up. So make sure you updated your Coyote's missions. Fixed end of mission crashes associated with my mod and some of the new events. Added stronghold defense to the clan missions, battlegrounds to the clan missions, allied FOB as a random event, and added third party FOB as a random. That's forward operating base, I believe. It's kind of a one of those base defense type missions, but it's like a more generic one than the stronghold defense. Anyways, so now it can be allied or third party that need defense. Dark Lance random event. Haven't seen that happen yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Tier 5 weapon crate random event. That's pretty cool. Elemental Swarm hot drop event. Very interesting. Obviously, only when you're fighting clanners. Heavy tank drop, tank hot drop random. So I think that's what we ran. No, yes. I don't know. I feel like that might be what we went. So if you watch Thursday's co-op stream, there was at one point we played a mission like 3 or 4 times. I think it was the first mission we did of the night, but we played it over like 3 or 4 times, I think. The very first attempt on it, though, I was kind of down in the base area of it where the buildings are, and then all of a sudden I was swarmed by there was like 15, 10, 15, 20, I don't even know how many heavy tanks that just appeared out of nowhere, like right in the middle of the base, all around us, everywhere. I got torn to shreds. That was crazy, and I don't think I saw that happen again in any of our subsequent attempts at that mission. So I think that's what I saw. It was interesting though that it spawned like literally right on top of me almost. It was just on the other side of the building from me. I came around the corner and all of a sudden there were tanks everywhere that weren't there just, a few seconds earlier. So yeah, that was interesting. Check that out. But something I might mention about that, be be aware, at least in its current state, it seems like it can literally like drop them right on you, whatever. I mean, it does say it's a hot drop. So maybe that's intended. Be aware of that. And it is eligible for clanners as well. Removed low morale event and destroy union event for battle. That's kind of sad. I liked that union dropship destruction event, but there was a bug where the mission wouldn't end correctly, so it had to be removed. Maybe we'll see that again in the future. Fixed employer units not being correct faction on battleground missions. Added endgame mission types into missions that can be disabled. If you disable search and destroy, for example, it'll also disable its endgame version. Fixed DP flashing text. Lowered default FOB chance in the whatever 7 supposed to be 7, not 17%, etc., etc. People who already have mod installed will need to alter this value via mod options. I forgot about that. Make sure you guys go and check that out. I'm gonna have to write down a reminder for me or something to remember to do that when we play again. Fixed a bug where FOBs would drop null mechs or special mechs that aren't supposed to be in missions, and attempted to fix a bug where indirect fire missiles would still fire after component was destroyed. If you guys still see that happening, be sure to let him know, please. I haven't seen that happening myself, even before this update, so I wasn't aware of it. But yeah, definitely, if you guys see that happening, report it so we can get that fixed. But it should be good now. Supposedly, he attempted to fix it, so supposedly it's good now. All right, now on to the next big update of the night, Von Biomes. This is, as I alluded to before, version 25. This is a big one. Kind of tops off, I believe, it pretty much finishes off all the fixes from the big game update that broke a lot of the mods. Anyways, it had some pretty big effects on Von Biomes. He's been working... shoot, what's it been, like a couple months at least, since probably 3 months or something. I don't remember when the update dropped. It was like a month after the DLC, right? Anyways, crazy to think that it's taken this long to fix all these things, but it's a huge mod, so I can believe it. Let's see what's new in Von Biomes 25. Lighting and visuals. So he's finally satisfied with the new Von Biomes 25 lighting. It's been being worked on with every update that we've gotten basically since DLC drop. Missions under the wide range of dynamic conditions from 100 plus skybody, etc., etc. The lighting should be a lot better now. Weather effects, especially fog conditions, are also updated and vastly improved. So make sure you turn on your fog conditions if your GPU can handle it. But yeah, weather effects, fog, check that out. Probably pretty cool. I got to remember to test that at some point. I want to check out, but like I was saying before, we are updating this for our co-op stream on Thursday. Assuming we play on Thursday. Right now the plan is to play on Thursday. Yeah, should be good stuff. Be sure to check out the mod options. I recommend a noted standard values, and from there you can fine tune it to your liking. So definitely use mod options to fine tune that stuff if there's certain aspects of it that you don't like, right? New biome. Is it Yucca or Yucca? It looks like Yucca the way it's spelled, so I'm gonna go with that. I am not 100% sure on the pronunciation of it, because I said it Yucca the first time I read through it and that sounded right to me, and then I went there, I was like, or was it Yucca? And then I started thinking, well, Yucca kind of sounds right also. Pretty sure it's Yucca though. If I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody can correct me. Anyways, the Yucca forest is missing link between the shrubland and temperate forest or jungles. Yucca trees are the primary vegetation, with large leafy trees towering above. I don't know about towering. I mean, they're definitely taller than the mechs, which is pretty big, but towering? I don't know. The biomes of objects are not driven, or I think it's supposed to say are now driven with a new advanced system, the Von Biomes Destructible Object Framework. And now we'll talk about that for a second. Destructible Object Framework. I've built a new general system. Von Seiten has built a new general system to better work with in-biome objects and to streamline production and also improve runtime by using one system for everything. This is a big step forward under the hood, and the new system allows to create destructible objects that randomize appearances, check the many yucca tree variations in the new biome, dynamically unload. Also, basically, the destructible items aren't just going to all look the exact same anymore. They are able to have randomized appearances, which is a huge leap, which is what he's saying here. But yeah, that's huge. Also, it will be used in the future for all kinds of objects for biomes, which will help make new things and functionalities for those objects possible. So that sounds really cool. looking forward to seeing that for sure. New trucks, we got variations of trucks. The base game just has one truck model. I think is what he says here. There's one truck model. So added a bunch of variations there of different types of truck and even some construction equipment and whatnot. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. I like that. New special tiles. So this deals with like a port, like a seaport or a base or something like that, right? Harbor, port. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what. So a seaport or a harbor, right? Oh yeah, and then the military spaceport with tanks and that's right, the one down here. Is that it? No. Oh, this is it. This I believe is the military spaceport with the tanks and everything ready and everything getting ready to be loaded onto the dropship. You can see it all there. The harbor, I guess we don't have a screenshot of. You can't tell with this one, but because it looks like you're in a heavily urban environment, I'm guessing unless there's a bunch of water right behind the mech there, that's not it. So we don't have a screenshot of the harbor. We'll just have to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, pretty cool special tiles. You could see those load up in missions, so keep an eye out. You can see an example of the spaceport right here, but there's also going to be a harbor. So if you're in a map, a biome that has water in it, like a coastline type thing, keep an eye out for that. And I think he even asked somewhere for screenshots or something. If you do see some stuff, feel free to jump on his Discord and share them there. I know people like to always see that stuff. Trying to see if there was anything else to mention here. I think that's pretty. Oh yeah, he said right here a screenshot of the problem. Oh, if you're having problems, that's what it was for. Okay, I knew he said something about screenshots in here. Oh, and at the bottom, I love to see screenshots too, how it looks on your end. So yeah, if you see anything cool or get some cool lighting effects or whatever in your missions that you really like, send those screenshots over as well. All right, guys, that's enough about Von Biomes. Really cool stuff there, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Update it if you haven't. Yet another weapon complete edition. So we've talked about this a couple times before now at this point. This is essentially taking all the yet another weapon mods and combining them all into one. We are not currently using this for our co-op play, although I'm going to suggest to the guys that we do switch over to this version instead of the yet another weapon clan, etc. That we're currently using, because this one will continuously be updated going forward. And it's just one mod instead of having multiple mods, which I'm always a big fan of. So anyways, if you haven't switched over to this yet, highly recommend you go ahead and switch over to this mod. At this point, I think it just makes sense. Hotfix this week was the update. Forgot to add the ability to select the tag's default fire mode in the mod options. And then also AI pilots are going to have it set to continuous by default so that they're just always using it, which makes sense. So yeah, pick up that mod or update it if you already have it. But yeah, definitely probably want to start thinking about switching over to this instead of using the old ones still. Then we're going to talk about Zatara. I know this is a mod we are not using for our co-op play currently, but it's got a bunch of new mech variants and whatnot in it. This week added reworked Dervish hardpoints and added 3 Dervish heroes. I guess all 3 of these are hero variants, it sounds like. Anyways, that's cool. Always like new heroes. Excuse me. So definitely check that out. And then along the same lines, we have Zatara Super Heavy Mechs. This week is the 115-ton World Enforcer, which obviously is an Enforcer Super Heavy. It's by the sound of it, and that is a hero variant, so that's pretty cool. I actually like the Enforcer as a mech, as a medium mech. I would definitely be curious in seeing how it plays as a super heavy. So that sounds cool to me. Those are the updates for the Zatara mods. Then there's a new mod this week. I'll go ahead and talk about it now because I already have it pulled up here. But when we go over the new mods over the last 2 weeks, you'll see this pop up. This is, I think it was new. Actually, I didn't even bother to check. I just haven't seen it before, so I assumed it was new. Where is the original upload? So, okay, it's not new. It is a few months. I just don't remember seeing it pop up back then. Mech Depot. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's not super new, but we got a new update for it. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now, because I don't think I've talked about this mod before. So it does add some new mech chassis. It says up here 5 new chassis. This looks like a lot more than 5. Yeah, I don't know. Then you got some vehicles, some weapons like heavy autocannons, heavy plasma rifle, improved heavy, medium, and light rifles, light plasma rifle, clan plasma hellbore. That sounds cool. Small Gauss rifle, or I'm guessing Gauss rifle just says small Gauss. But anyways, pretty cool. It's a YAML based mod, so go ahead and if you're using all the YAML stuff, this is going to work fine with it. It does add some. Well, it sounds like some pretty cool mechs, especially if you like lambs. I don't know what this one is in the beginning. It's something. This is the Axeman, very similar to a Hatchman. This one looks like it has a very similar model. At least the head kind of looks similar, I think. Anyways, this is the Berserker. Then you got your Irby Lamb, more Irby Lamb. This is the Rattlesnake, Rattlesnake 2. To me, they just look like Jenners. Don't they? Is that not just a Jenner? Anyways, you got those. You got the Mackie. We'll see that again in a second. You got Champion Lamb, which is really cool because, I mean, let's face it, that's what the champion is made for. That's if you got wings on your mech, you're just made to be a lamb. I have no idea what mech that is, but it's another lamb mech. A pretty cool looking one, actually, with the shoulder mounted cannons there and whatnot. But yeah, it doesn't label that, so I'm not sure. There's the Mackie again, a little closer up. Pretty good shot of it. And then this thing, another lamb mech. So there's lots of lamb mechs. This is Yadagarasu, something like that. Kind of a cool looking mech, but yeah, if you want to play around with some lambs, I mean, I could definitely see, you know, some of these lambs, like this thing just looks awesome. The champion lamb. Can you just picture like hovering around a base in this thing, just never even having to land, and you're just kind of buzzing around the base, shooting repeatedly. Put a rack on each wing, and there you go. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, I haven't checked out this mod personally. I kind of just noticed it. I don't know how I didn't notice it the first time. Well, I guess when it first came out, it didn't really add much, probably would be my guess. And so I didn't really pay attention to it. It doesn't have a change log with it. What about here? Fix small Gauss. Okay, so minor update this week for that mod, but we've never looked at that before, so I wanted to go ahead and look at it. Now, let's look at the new mods, then we'll look at the updates. Okay, so new mods over the last 2 weeks. We got the assault speed increase, simple mod to increase top speed of all assault mechs in game to about 64 kph. I mean, they are horribly slow. Like, it's mind-numbingly slow sometimes, especially if you're not playing modded and you're not throwing bigger engines into those things. 48 kph sucks. Or you could have like the Annihilator that goes like, what is it, 34 kph, I think is the vanilla max speed. Crazy stuff. So there's an option for an easy fix to that if you want. I just put bigger engines in them using YAML and good to go. Mercantile Mercenaries, new mod this week. I did see this one, I think. No merc will be caught dead without a little cat. Oh, so yeah, for co-op, this allows each individual pilot or player to have their own funds account. So they basically, so this is interesting, and I might bring this up to the guys, although honestly I think I like just pulling all of our money into one. It makes it a lot easier to keep track of and whatnot. But if you do play co-op and you like the idea of each person having their own funds, which could be actually really cool, because yeah, just thinking about it, you could have it now. Nobody's gonna feel bad just buying a mech from the shop or, you know, from the store, because you're using your money for it, which means you're gonna have less money for upgrades and new equipment and weapons and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you want to blow your money buying a chassis from the store, go right ahead. It's your money to do what you want with. And then you can see here in the screenshot, it does have company funds, so you do have like a general fund account for the company that pays your bills and that sort of stuff, right? I wonder how it determines. Let's take a closer look at this real quick. How does it determine how much money each person gets? This mod attempts to expand co-op with a second layer of financial gameplay by giving players control of their own separate pools of funds. As seen on and developed during True Mercs co-op campaign. Spaces. I have no idea who that is. Must be on Twitch. I don't go on Twitch. Co-op campaign with Captain Shack and Evercern and me. So anyways, these four guys have a co-op game going, and he made this mod to allow them each to have their own fund account. It's pretty cool. Finally available for public consumption in a mostly complete state, aims to create a more varied and immersive co-op experience by giving each player in co-op their own abstracted C-bill funds and the ability to spend and transfer those funds as they like. C-bills earned are split between connected co-op players, with a configurable percentage being taken as company funds. Okay. Allows up to 30 C-bill payout negotiation points to be assigned to support more C-bill. Okay. Adds custom UI element, of course. Allows fund transfers between players and the company, removing funds from the transfer balance and adding it to the selected. That's pretty cool. Allows payments from players or the company, removing. Okay, so I just was thinking though with this previous one. so if you have friendly fire turned on, you could actually blackmail one of your lance mates into paying you money to let their mech survive an encounter. Like, let's say they're limping back to the dropship to get out. You know, with one leg already blown off, you just blow off the other leg and increase their repair bill substantially, unless they agree to pay you 5 mil, something like that, right? What kind of backstabbing pirate lance would you have to be in for that? That's funny, but you could do it. I mean, that's just the thought of that made me laugh. Allows manual payouts from the company to one or more players, so you can pay out from the company account. Automatic payout of contract quest and Cantina C-bill rewards to all co-op players with the company taking configurable. But does it just do it evenly, or is it based on performance? Because I would love to see this based on performance. Yeah, I should. I mean, come on. Let's see how everybody performs when they have monetary motivation factors involved, right? Like right now, all the money, one guy could carry the whole team. I'm not going to name any names, but I'm just kidding. One guy could be carrying the team, or two guys, right? The other two don't, just stay back, don't take too much damage or whatever, and don't do a whole lot to contribute. Well, they should get paid less if they're not doing, you know, as much damage or kills or whatever. It would be funny to see who gets rich and who doesn't. But yeah, put some financial incentive there for people to actually play better. You know, that would be my suggestion. Let's say automatically deducts funds when players purchase. Yeah, okay, I would hope so. Deduction of jump ship travel costs from company funds, assignment automatic deductions of mech upkeep, blah blah. Admin options allowing manual direct setting of balances, adjusting the company's cut of earnings, and checking to ensure balance totals match the actual game C-bill balance, blah, blah. Huh. Anyway, sounds interesting. I just had not looked into it much, so I wanted to read through that real quick. Has been tested and explicitly compatible with all these mods that you see right here, which are most of the main ones we all use. Pretty cool. All right, and then we got SLDF logos. If you wanted more logos, there you go. SLDF themed ones, I guess. And then we got the travel cost mod, travel cost days per jump and cost per jump configurable through mod options, I'm assuming. All right, now let's take a look at updates this week. What else do we have? Another pirate, Frankenmex, and Black Marauder had an update. Let's look real quick and see what it probably bug fix, I'm gonna guess. Oh, it's finally getting the DLC 7 update. Okay, I was thinking it already had been. Yeah, just some other fixes and stuff, nothing crazy, I don't think. But if you're using it, there you go, there's an update for DLC 7. Excuse me. Oh man, it's been a long day. Well, I'm just getting over a cold. I've been sick for the last, 4 days or whatever, and it's been fun. Not sleeping that well, so I am extra tired. But I will sleep well tonight because I am actually feeling better now. Extended negotiations, got an update this week. If you're using that Audio Stash Ultimate, I haven't tested that one or heard anything about it yet, but I'm always interested in how good an audio mod is, because there are definitely areas that could be improved with the game sounds. But the mods I've used before often introduce more issues than the benefit that I gain from using them. So I just don't use them anymore. But if anybody's using that, let me know if it's any good, if you like it, and is it worth using. Mercantile Mercenaries, we already went over. Von Biomes, we went over. That got an update. That one, the SLDF logos we talked about. No YAML mech rescale got an update. I think we've mentioned that one before. Travel cost, we just talked about. Assault speed increase, we just talked about. Unobtainium, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this one before. We got an update for this mod this week. Adds to the store equipment that equipment that provides negative tonnage and insane amount of heat dissipation in exchange for a lot of money. So very expensive, but tons of like cheating benefits essentially. I don't know if you're using it though. There you go. Mech database generator. That's a modder's resource. Battletech 3015 gameplay overhaul. YAML based gameplay overhaul mod that rebalances weapons, creates more tactical combat. I have been wanting to try this out and kind of see what I think about the gameplay of it. So let me know in the comments if you're using this mod or have tried it. Did you like it? Is it a noticeable difference from YAML? Does it feel more, I don't know, tabletop? Does it feel more RPG, or is it, because I think that's the goal, right? Less action, more kind of tactical RPG style, or what are those games called? The tactical RPG games, whatever. Anyways, Ultimate Engine tweaks I stopped using this a long time ago. I don't know if it still causes the issues it did before, but I don't recommend it. At least not based on my experience in the past. Maybe it's better now. I wouldn't know. Zatara, we already talked about. Realistic HUD VR. This looks pretty cool for VR. I do still plan on trying the game in VR at some point. I'll try to make some content around that. But there's some good mods for it, like the Cockpit VR. Now that we have Realistic HUD VR, things like that. Yet Another Weapon Complete Edition I already talked about, so I'm not going to say any more about that, but we got an update there. Additional vanilla traits and academies. This is an expansion on the academy system that was added in DLC 7. There's a few different mods that do kind of the same thing, maybe in just slightly different ways. Anyways, check that out if you're interested. It had an update this week. And then we had a few mech updates. We got Mastodon, Turkina. These are Kodiak J mech mods. Hatchet Man, Firemoth, Dragon Slayer, Eerie, Brian Cash is a collection of these mechs from Kodiak J. Zatara Super Heavy we talked about. There was also the Depot. I already talked about that one as well. Had the update. Mech Warrior 5 Modders Resource Pack. Again, a modding resource. Mech Warrior VR. This is the actual mod to turn Mech Warrior into a VR game, I believe. And so that you're going to need that as the base. And then you got like the Cockpit VR and whatever that other VR one we just saw was, the HUD VR. Merc Tech had an update this week. I'm not really sure what that was. I guess we could take a look real quick. Release of Merc Tech Lite. That's what it said a long ass time ago. Bug fixes. Ammo, multiplier from damage model, annihilator, weapon mount, Gauss rifle suing. I think that means it's supposed to say using the wrong crits and weight. So if you are playing Merc Tech, there you go. Merc Tech Lite also had the update. I'm assuming the same fixes. So yeah, if you're using those, go ahead and grab those updates. That's going to do it for everything that was updated or new in the last 2 weeks. If you guys have any comments on any of the new mods or any of the updates, maybe something I missed, please go ahead and mention it. But yeah, that should do it for that. Let's go ahead and move into, I'll just show you real quick. These are the mods that we are using for our co-op stream. I do get questions every once in a while. People wonder what mods we're using. These are them. This is the load order. I talked about some of the changes we will probably be making. Obviously, Von Biomes is going to be updated for next week. I haven't updated it yet. And then Yet Another Weapon Clan and Yet Another Weapon. I don't think I had any of the other weapon mods, but anyways, are now combined into Yet Another Weapon Complete Edition. So we will probably be switching over to that at some point. Haven't done it yet though, so there is that as well. That pretty much covers it this week, guys. Unless Chaos says there will be an update to Zatara Clan Super Heavy soon. Okay, yeah, I figure you usually get each one of those mods per week. The mod author behind Mech Depot let me use some mechs. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it looked like there's a good number of mechs from that Mech Depot mod, so I do need to look into that more as well. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. So you guys heard it here first. There will be an update coming out very soon for Zatara Clan's Super Heavy. So if you're using that, if you're playing with the Super Heavies, definitely keep an eye out for that as soon as it drops. With that said, I think that's going to do it for today, guys. I'm going to get out of here, have some dinner, do a little bit of work, and then get some rest. Have a good week, guys, and I will hopefully see you Thursday for the co-op stream. And then again next Sunday for another Mods Weekly Rundown. Later.